Good things come in threes, or how about third time's the charm? So there's no secret to why the number 3 pops up a lot inside a pattern. What's up everybody, Rudy Perez with Vantage Mindset, and in today's video I'm going to share with you guys all the secrets of the universe that I've narrowed down that comes in groups of threes. For example, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. How about mind, body, and soul? So there's certain things like these that I went back and I started recognizing these patterns of threes, and I kind of built my business, Vantage Mindset, off of the principles of three. The 3 categories that I focus on and how, what I teach you guys is first, a relationship that you have with yourself. Second is the relationship that you have with others. And third is the relationship that you have with your career or money. I think that these 3 categories hold the most weight in our lives, because if one of these categories is off in our lives, especially if it's really off, it's going to play a big factor into the 2 other categories. For example, I say I perform well at work and I can give to others extremely well, but the relationship that I have with myself is chaos. No one would know it, but inside my head, it's like a nightmare, like a bad dream, like clouds and thunderstorms and rain. Like I feel depressed all the time. Like imagine me performing, well in the 2 other categories. Just imagine how much better I can perform in the 2 other categories if I take care of myself first, or vice versa. Let's say my relationships at home is bad. That's why I like going to work a lot, and that's why I like being alone. But that's such a big part of my life that if that's off, a third of my life is going to be damaged, and I'm not going to be fulfilled in life. And so it's just kind of like these things that I wanted to talk to you about that really help me. And if you can remember a few of these things, I promise they're going to help you too. So I already went over the first one, mind, body, and spirit. Obviously, we know that mind, body, and spirit come together. They're all 3 different things that work in unison. So your mind is most important, because that's the one thing that surgeons and doctors and all the smartest people in the world can't figure out. Let's say I hold a picture of my family in my mind. Well, there's no surgeon or anyone in the world that can go inside of my mind and pull that picture out. So the mind is different than the brain. And then we have the body, and the body, obviously, this is our physical body. It experiences all the 5 senses: pain, touch, smell, taste, all the good stuff. And then the last one is our spirit, and our spirit is what's connected to God. So how I like to teach people is, imagine if there's a big ocean and God is the ocean, and you take a cup and you scoop out a cup of the ocean water. Well, this is your spirit. It's apart from the ocean water, but it is still the ocean water. So now once we understand these 3 things, the spirit is what's connected to God. This is how we communicate and how we stay in tune with God. Our mind is what we draw subject to, which we're able to have control over, and our body is just the thing that follows along. So when we understand how the 3 work in unison, when you understand that if you want to see God, you go within, you pray, you silence the mind, you slow the body, you get into a good breathing rhythm, and you speak to God and you let him guide you. Another segment of 3 that I wanted to go over that helps me a lot too is your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Those 3 go together. They're very important. One is your thought. We can create our own thoughts. Like if I say think of a red car, you think of a red car. But then there's thought that we don't want, like when we want to make a big decision, or we want to pose to somebody, or we go in a job interview and we have the thoughts that are breaking us down, going against us and everything that makes us feel good and special. So we have these negative thoughts. So what do we do with those? I'll come back to that. The next thing is our words. So what are we actually verbalizing? My 2 favorite words are I am. That's what God wants to be known as in the Bible. And to me, it's the most important words, because whatever follows those words is what you are manifesting over your life, what you are identifying as. So if you say I am smart, I am intelligent, I am going to be a YouTube sensation, I am going to change the lives of thousands of people, you will do that, especially if you believe it. But if you go and say, oh, I'm worthless, I'm nobody, well, if you believe that too, then you're going to get the things to follow, and you're going to get the results that show just that. Because once you start speaking these words, your thoughts start following, and then your actions start following. So you need to be able to act on your thoughts followed by your words. So first think, speak it, and act it. And I promise you, just pay attention to how those 3 work in harmony, and pay attention, and you'll be able to start shifting. Like you used to be able to just stress out and have anxiety right away, to now you're just able to catch yourself. Like, okay, wait, my thinking is off, but I don't have to give emotion to the bad thoughts. Let me speak good, positive stuff first, and let me do some good actions with my body. Like that's how we do it a little bit at times, like training a muscle. So the next thing is past, present, and future. And we all know this one. If you focus on the past, you're going to live in depression. If you focus on the future, you're going to live in anxiety. Oh, you got to live in the now. Like you're present. Now is the only time that's real. Don't get me wrong. It's great to reflect on the past, especially from experiences that never went the right way, so we can learn from them. And it's great to visualize the future of who you want to be and where you want to go, but we don't live in either states. You know, we just tap in when needed to help us right here in the present, but that's how those three work. We use the past to learn, we use the future to visualize on where we're going, and we use the present to right now to grab onto where we are and what needs to be done. So I hope that one helps too. Another one that I did, and so this one relates a little bit more to business, but this one is dream, plan, and then execute. It goes a lot along the lines of the things that I've teaching you in the past, but the first one, like I said, dream. So this also is the same as visualizing. So if your dream is to become, let's see, I'll talk about my dream. My dream is to become a Tony Robbins figure. You know, I want to be in the professional speaking world, self-development world. I want to be partnered in multiple businesses, create amazing teams of people that do amazing work around the world that just helps millions of lives. That's who I want to be. That's my dream. So what I need to do first, I need to visualize that every single morning I wake up and every single night before I go to bed. Like, I need to be falling asleep, waking up, thinking about my dream constantly. Like, it has to be at the forefront of my mind always, and it needs to not change. I mean, there could be tweaks, but we need to stay focused on the same thing. Second, after that, we need to, like, and I'm talking about visualizing all the time, as much as you can, all day, every day. Second thing is we need to plan. So the plan is, if I'm gonna be this person, let me ask myself a few questions before I make the plan. How does this person dress? How do they speak? How do they eat? How does this person wake up? How does this person go to bed? How are the relationships in this person's life? What is he doing in his spare time? You know, it's like questions like this that you need to understand about the person who it is that you want to be, because if you don't understand this kind of stuff, how are you going to plan to become that? So you need to start at the end first before we can make the plan. So then by doing that, you're going to unmotivate yourself, because it's going to seem like a long goal, and sometimes when it's a long goal, you just don't feel rewarded and you don't feel like you're making progress, and you're just going to stop. So set these goals, but set small milestones in the way, because we want to feel like we're making achievements along the way. That's how we build momentum. And so now that we start executing on our plan, things will start falling into place, and you'll be able to tell if you're getting closer to your goal or not, or if you need to change the plan a little bit to make your plan more effective. Let's see. The last trio that I want to share inside of the business aspect of things is how I run my business. I categorize it into three parts. You have operations, which is services or products; administration, which is all the paperwork, communications with the clients or whoever it might be. The last one is sales, because sales is another important, like bringing in the leads. So we break our businesses down into those three categories, and that's a whole nother video I'll get into. But before I get off this video, I want to go over a few other things that come in packs of threes, like the primary colors, red, blue, and green; basic geometry shapes, triangle, square, circle; the three musketeers, three blind mice, three wise men, rock, paper, scissors; the rule of three, 3 dimensions. Let's see, what are some other fun ones? But yes, those are some of the things that I saw in life that comes in the trio of three that absolutely just helped me transform my life in many different ways. If you want to learn more, and if you want to take this and you want to apply this to your life, go ahead and click the link below for a free 60-minute call where I'll take you through a 60-minute strategy session that when you leave, you're going to be wowed. And then if you apply what I give you by the end of it, you'll be able to change your life and do whatever you want. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.